It's time to open the phone lines and hear from you this morning. So as Nigerians, we're still reflecting on last Saturday's elections in the FCT, Kano and Rivers State. These elections were not just about parties or politics. They were about citizens exercising their most fundamental right, the right to vote. Across the FCT, voters lined up early, braving long queues and the midday sun to cast their votes, while in Kano, families and communities came together, hoping their participation would influence the direction of governance in their state. In Rivers State, ordinary men and women, young and old, queued patiently at polling units, some for the very first time eager to make their voices heard in a highly competitive political climate. Now, reports from INEC and the media indicate that the elections were largely peaceful, but beyond the numbers and results, there are real stories of citizens striving to be part of shaping their future. Now, the turnout, the engagement, and the hope expressed at polling units remind us that democracy is lived and experienced at the grassroots, not just announced in headlines. Today, we want to hear your voices. How did you experience the elections? Do you feel your vote mattered? What do these results mean for you, your community, and the road to 2027? Pick up your phones and share your thoughts as we explore the human side of the political process here on Daybreak. You can call us in. You can also send in a WhatsApp message. But please, as the rule of engagement, before you call in, kindly turn down the audio of your TV set so we can have this conversation clearly. Now, Hauwa, we were all part of the FCT elections that happened on Saturday, even though, we didn't get the opportunity to go out there to vote, but, we all did our jobs diligently in reporting these elections on Saturday. Now, with everything that happened, both in AMAC and some of these area councils, what do you make of the FCT elections, gearing us towards the 2027? But before you respond, we have our first caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in.
Good morning, Maimuna, Bagudu. Good morning, Hauwa. Good morning, Trust TV family. Good morning, Maiduguri. This is Shetima Yakudima calling from Maiduguri.
Thank you for calling in, Shetima. Please go ahead.
Thank you. Honestly, irrespective of that local government council election, though I'm not in Abuja, equally I was not in Kano, and I was not in, Port Harcourt. But honestly speaking, we thank Almighty Allah for giving the Nigerians privilege to cast their vote peacefully and to count it peacefully and to announce the winners. And we are hoping and praying those who have won to hold the trust that fall on them to deliver a better services for their people. And they have to know that this is a trust given to them by Almighty Allah. So they have to discharge it accordingly, without selfishness, bias, or handpicking. But honestly speaking, the way we see the report, the turnout is very, very poor. Very poor. The way we see it on screen is not the way that election regularly and normally the people are turning out. And this is a signal. If INEC did not change that timetable, they are going to witness a full turnout in 2027. If at all they insist and they hold that election will hold in the holy month, honestly speaking, the turnout will be very poor, because this is a signal. This is a signal. Something needs to be done. If at all they don't have something in their mind, or they want to dance in the tune of the present government, there's nothing we can do. Power is with them. But we are going to take the Almighty Allah to intervene. before the coming of 2027, we will engage in a very strong prayers for Allah intervention. Because what we are seeing, if this thing was conducted during the holy month, honestly speaking, it will not record free and fair election. Because people, they will not come out. People, they concentrate on the duty and the assignment and mandatory assignment of the holy God. Election is a mere exercise that you will do for your country. But in the holy month, the person that we are doing it for our Almighty Allah. And that's the purpose and the primary reason why we are here in this world. We are not here in this world to play. All these things that we are doing, they are all secondary. But practicing our faith is the primary. So we are calling for INEC to open their eyes to know that this election that conducted during Ramadan, it is a signal. If at all they did not change the timetable to a suitable time, we are calling for them. If at all this election is conducted for we the citizens, and our large population are saying the timetable needs to be changed, to be shifted from holy month to any other suitable time. We don't have any objection on any date that they will put on, but during our holy month, they should consider that. Thank you so much and have a nice day.
Thank you, Shatima Yakudiba, for calling in
for
and joining the conversation. Hauwa, please go ahead.
Maimuna, looking at what happened on Saturday, looking at the temperature in different, I should say, atmosphere in different states. We had elections in the Federal Capital Territory, elections in River State, as well as Kano State. Now, looking at the voter turnout, I believe there was so much voter apathy. People did not necessarily care to come out and vote. And those that did, we've seen reports of some people are waiting for their votes to be bought. And aside from that, there were polling units that had just one voter that was registered there. And after that, I believe there was still misconduct that happened. We got reports of different happenings around the FCT as well. But I believe we have a caller on the line right now.
Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from?
All right, we lost that caller. Now, in the FCT, we got a report on Saturday that there was a particular polling officer who was a core member that tried to steal the ballot box.
Absolutely.
We have Ade on the line. Let's talk to Ade.
Good morning, Ade. Thank you for calling in this morning.
Ladies, happy good morning.
Good morning, Ade.
Please go ahead.
Yeah. I watch everything and I communicate with my people in Nigeria because I love my country. Every week, here we buy minutes. 40 pounds will cost me 150 minutes. I want the 150 minutes finished, I have to buy another 40 pounds. I don't mind doing that. So I speak to about 7 media houses in Nigeria every day on programs. So you are the only one, the rest are the South. Because I love that country. It's my country. You see, the number one, I make we fix the election in January. Presidential election will be in January. And very soon they will release the date. It will be in January. You can take that to the bank. And the election I watched yesterday, I'm not surprised because I've said it before. When 31 governors go to one party, 31, that's war chest. A lot of money, war chest. So they will do whatever they can to win the election for their party. That's what we have seen. FCT has never won election in FCT. Never. It's only PDP. Then see what happened yesterday. ABC won 5 local government and they did one to PDP. I can see the girl because who is the leader of PDP. So I can imagine. So once I see that trend, what makes all those governors going back to ABC is that the more gross money they are getting now, It's a lot of money. Governments are there, a lot. They are not being sincere with their people, except few of them that are doing good job. Like the new government, who dish out a lot of palliative, give civil money. I love that man too much. So there are now few others like that. They are getting humongous money. So that entices them to run to APC. And they will do whatever they can. So, and that's what happened in FCT is what we will experience in 2027. I'll say it again. That's my prediction. I never miss it. Because I calculate very well. Because all those guys, look at what happened in Delta. The government spent a lot of money to make sure it gets to people there. And that's what checks. One of the richest states in Nigeria. Delta, Akwa Ibom, and Rivers. Lagos comfort. So when those ones are in APC, which party, where will they get the money for? So, but all my advice is to the president and the whoever elected that fear God. Work for our people. Eradicate poverty. Poverty is too much. Eradicate poverty. So make sure you fear God and whatever you want to do, action you want to take. Remember one day you will not be here. And take care of our people. Don't let them go hungry. Because when there's available food for people, not whether food is cheaper, who can be cheaper and who don't have money to buy it. But make sure you make it available for people. And nobody should go hungry. I beg all the politicians to fear God and do this. Because there are many empty property here, they bought it. And those people have died. And nobody will collect it. It belongs to government later. And these are expensive. You don't need to buy us here. Please help our people. I beg all of politicians. That's my own appeal to them. I know you win election, they fear God. If you win election, you cannot win heaven. Because you want to win heaven, you have to do the right thing. God bless Nigeria. Good morning.
Thank you, Ade,
very
for
much,
calling
Ade,
in
for
and
that.
joining the conversation. Now, Hauwa, the elections that happened on Saturday, be it in the FCT, in Kano, in Rivers, is like a litmus test as to what 2027 elections will be like. And for the 2027 elections and the one that happened on Saturday, you know, it shows that we're still going to have elections during the fasting period. And I don't want to believe that it's because, you know, it's a holy month, and that's the reason why we had voter apathy. Based on reports and based on comments from Nigerians, it shows that a lot of people have lost hope in the electoral system. But before I continue, we have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, good morning. My name is Yusuf Shimsa. I'm calling you from Daybreak.
Thank you for calling
morning,
in. Please
Yusuf.
go ahead.
Yeah, please, I wanted to make my little contribution about the topic for today. You see, the election, what people are saying that the election is rigged and so on and so forth. Yes, every responsible citizen must pray for a peaceful conduct of election. But based on what we are seeing and the support we are getting, we are feeling from what happens, especially in FCT. I don't know, the amendment of electoral act, maybe the National Assembly and the electoral act for only the minister to be moving that and done. I don't know, to be frankly speaking, as a layman in Nigeria. But what is happening now, we are now discouraging most Nigerians about the electoral system of the country. You see, if UK or Tinubu is trying to use UK, let him ask Maloney and Everfight. They'll tell him what is going on in this APC. One day is one day. They are going to drop you. It's all about interest. It's all about interest. How can you restrict people from movement from one place to another? And you are moving with a very big convoy. You don't know what is happening in this country. Nigeria is becoming people now even lose confidence in their electoral act. So what we are saying is UK should concentrate in River. Even though he's a minister of FCT, but he will not take FCT as this because he has the power and so on and so forth. One day is one day. But you go back, nobody will come back. Because after using him, they are going to dump him. And we pray, you people are here and you are watching and you people are in the media. One day is one day. We are coming back to solve this very issue. Because it's all about interest. We only pray that God will protect this country and make 2027 election to be peaceful. Thank you for my contribution. Thank you very much.
Thank you, so for
thank you very much.
joining the conversation.
Now, yes,
after you.
Maimuna, as you mentioned, this is sort of a litmus test for what would be expected for the 2027 elections. Now, it depends on a lot of factors. Now, the factors might be, when it comes to voter apathy. That is a huge thing that might affect the elections, or just as it has at this point. Now, secondly, we could look at the Electoral Act that has been passed into law. Now, a lot of people have had reservations for it, and they would have questions if it would really make the elections free, fair and credible when it comes to 2027. I'd like to continue on that, but we have a caller on the line.
Absolutely. Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning, Auntie Hauwa and Auntie Maimuna.
Good morning. Thank you for calling in.
Who's behind the scene there? My name is Daniel.
Good morning, Daniel.
Good morning, Daniel. Thank you for calling in. Please go ahead.
Yes. No, I've been saying this. Any day our judiciary get it right, our election will be worthy. Because from what we are seeing from the recent election, especially the one in the FCT, I follow it through the television station, plus TV channels and others. You don't, if this matter now goes to court, what could we interpret to you? You will not even like to hear it. It doesn't make, you see, once you call an armed robber in the scene, and if he's even having rifle, there's no more evidence beyond reasonable doubt. He is caught in the scene. You should, so this is what is supposed to happen in our election. Like what is happening, you see they brought people, police, hijack election material. God doesn't need to waste time on issues like that. And this thing is not only in Nigeria. The whole African states are like that. Just the recent one that happened in Uganda is the same thing. Other people make a comment on the boss in Abuja putting people under house arrest. No, I call it house arrest. But he's going up and down. Doing what? Doing what? So the day our judiciary get it right, that is the day that our election will be worthy. As far as our judiciary keep on bringing some languages that are not understandable to Nigeria, this is what we'll be getting in election till down. Let me stop here. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Daniel,
very
for
much,
calling
Daniel,
in and joining the conversation. How we're talking about voter apathy, the minister, I don't know, while running through his plans and trying to make sure that the elections in the FCT is peaceful and what have you, he skipped the part where a lot of people that registered in the FCT registered close to their working places. And when you restrict this movement, it's only normal for you to have
a lot of people were stranded
on
Saturday, and it actually made a lot of people ask the sensibility of that curfew. But I believe we have another caller on the line.
Absolutely. Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning. My name is Kano. I'm calling from Kaduna.
Good morning, Haruna. Please go ahead.
From your report, I learned that a core member went to snatch ballot box.
Yes.
Seriously, I'm surprised, and I'm not surprised. You see, we used to educate some of these our youths participating in election activities. You see, these are the same youths that are complaining of hardship, bad governance, unemployment, so many things going on, and so many things not going the way it's supposed to be in this country. But they are the same youth that allow themselves to be used by all these politicians. Imagine a serving corps member for that matter, going to snatch ballot box. At the end of it, he will be giving not more than 100,000 naira. That's all. And how much does 100,000 naira need to be? By the time he finishes his service and take for 8 years without a job, he will still be the one that will go out complaining. Why are you so weak? Why are you so weak? Is poverty a call? We are not poor. Let me tell you the truth. It's the mind that is telling you that you are poor. But sincerely, we as Nigerians, we are not poor. Most of us think that you own to car, a big house that you are rich. No. Be contented with what you have. Go on your life with what you have. A comment about seriously, I was shocked when I had this community going to snatch football. It is the plan 2027. We are just seeing a preview of what will happen in 2027. Except if Nigeria will still wake up and the youth will be determined to work for themselves, not for those politicians who want to be deep in power and without doing anything for the country. Thank you very much.
Thank you for calling in and joining the conversation. We have some couple of WhatsApp messages to read this morning. I'll take the first one by Nandi Bete from Ogoja. He says, the road to 2027, good morning, Trust TV. I'm afraid it's the road to 2027 may be a lonely road. It is littered with booby traps, such as fear of electoral violence and the threat of Nigeria becoming a one-party state. Thank you for sending in your message.
All right, we have another message from Angelo from Abia State, and he says the outstanding on the road to the election 2027 as our case of study today. The 2027 coming election is going to be the most dangerous period Nigeria is going to pass through if care is not taken. The Nigerian citizens should be very alert to stand against any form of thuggery and rigging during the 2027 general elections. The ruling party is now at the stage of collapse. Thank you very much for that.
You have another message from ES from Kaduna. He says the road to 2027 general elections are very rough because the incumbents are hell-bent to continue in their usual rigging tactics strategies. Secondly, the coalition opposition main leaders are not serious. The earlier they wake up from their slumber, the better for them and Nigerian masses. Now, Hauwa, based on reports from Kano, from other media outlets, we saw that, some political parties were not mentioned on the ballot papers.
Yes.
We did not get to see PDP, Labour Party, and NPP. And it shows that also the people in Kano State said they were not even aware that, elections were happening. Were going to happen. So it shows that INEC did not even play a good role in creating awareness when it comes to, these elections. But then we have another caller on the line.
Yes, we have Dan Asabe on the line.
Good morning, Dan Asabe. Thank you for calling in.
Hello, good morning. I believe we lost that caller. Now, looking at it, as you made mention, in Kano, some people were not, it was a very, very low turnout. Now, according to the rec in Kano State, he said it might be due to Ramadan, the fasting. That is a reason people might not come out. But I say that is not a strong enough reason for people to come out and cast their vote in what they believe in. Because we know how Nigerians are. We know how much they come out and file out to cast their vote. But at the end of the day, this time around, even here in the FCT, I believe a lot of polling units, the INEC officials were there on time or even beforehand. But it took a long time before some voters started turning out and filing in, which says a lot to what is going on at the moment.
All right. Before I comment on that, we have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, good morning.
I think we have to let that call go. Please call us back so we can hear you clearly. And then, Hauwa, talking about this, you know, there are a lot of loopholes that happened during the Saturday elections that INEC is refusing to, you know, pay attention to.
I wanted to come to that.
We saw, you know, some polling units that went with the wrong beavers. We saw, you know, a lot of people complaining that their names were not on the system when it came to, you know, accreditation or what do you call it again?
And some people did not see their names on the polling units, and others were not alerted that their polling units have been shifted.
Absolutely.
Now, there are lots of disparities, yes, when it comes to it, and this begs the question, will this continue when 2027 comes? And aside from that, this particular electoral act that has been imposed, it was supposed to take effect immediately.
Now, let me tell you something, Hauwa. While results were, you know, being collated, and you know, they were trying to how do I put it, state the winners and all, I went to the INEC IRF portal and I did not see any results being loaded at that time that those results
Well, according to INEC, results would not be able to be loaded on the IRF during the elections on Saturday. Now, I believe we've come to the end of our time here. We would talk till forever if we do continue.
All right, thank you to everyone who called in this morning to join the conversation, and to those who sent in their WhatsApp messages as well. As Nigerians, we need to be aware that exercising our rights and coming out to vote on election days is very, very important in making sure that our country moves forward.